Share a little bit about how your life has changed since completing New Directions for Women.
Sure, yeah. Life after New Directions has been a roller coaster, but in a really good way. After the residential program, I did IOP, OP, PHP, all the P's, whatever.
Did it all.
And I was in some form of programming structure for a year and a half.
Okay.
And that's what I needed.
Yeah.
I needed that ability to just have people tell me what to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because my best thinking got me into some sticky situations.
Yeah.
And, I started getting some get well jobs, and then I was actually started working in treatment myself. Started as a temp, and then they brought me on full time at a facility, and I was there for about a little good chunk of time, and then I got hired on to help start a facility.
Yeah.
And I've been working there, for almost 10 years.
Wow.
So, in that time, things have changed. My life has changed, personal relations, everything has changed.
Yeah.
And as it should.
Yeah.
Because the one thing I remember when I came into New Directions, like, you don't have to change everything. Or no, something along the lines of like, you just have to like change everything. I'm like,
Yeah.
why? What kind of concept is this?
Yeah.
And it was like, and it was just like, you can change your appearance, you can do this, just don't do what you were doing before. So
Yeah.
everything has like come and gone, and COVID was just COVID time.
Yeah.
I want to go into that,
Yeah.
but, I've been employed for a total of like 14 years since I got sober. I've never had to go out, find a job.
Yeah.
I'm recruited within, which I think is amazing.
Yeah.
People look at me like, oh, you've been at the same company for 10 years? I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, what are you doing? And stuff like, I started a business about 5 years ago. I became a homeowner, which is
Wow.
really hard to do in Orange County by
Yeah.
yourself.
Extremely hard.
And, no one wanted anything to do with me. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, just like, have her wash the dishes. Like, just keep her to the side, Families coming to me for advice. I've had many people ask me for a letter of references for like law schools
Wow.
and like medical schools. Like,
Yeah.
my name is rubber stamped in a letter of recommendation for like Ivy Leagues. So it's like, and I'm helping families like help their kids navigate these like challenging, uncharted territories of like,
Yeah.
my kid has tried to kill herself several times. Like, what do we do?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things that I incorporate into the facilities that I run that I stole from New Directions. So copyright, sorry.
You learned.
Yeah.
You learned.
Yeah. And it's like, it's just the going back to the basics
Yeah.
is what we all really need when it comes to something that's going to heal us and ultimately make us like better.
Yeah.
And, in my life, if you, even like 5 years ago, if you told me I was be living the life I'm living today, it's like,
Yeah.
like, calm down, like, please, and there's a lot, I would say there's about 75% of what I learned in New Directions, I still incorporated to my daily life.
Wow.
It's like
Wow.
making my bed, doing my hygiene stuff before I even walk out of my room.
Yeah.
And it's like taking my medication before like I even step onto society, the real world. And it's stuff like that. And just being
Yeah.
very like regimented and I apply a lot of it, like my career success, to a lot of the things that I got in the first like year
Yeah.
that I needed.
Yeah.
Nothing that I'm doing today, I'm incorporating what I did before
Yeah.
while I was drinking.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Like none of it was helpful.
Yeah.
And, I've decided that I've started applying to MBA programs.
Oh.
So I'll be starting at some program I have a couple in mind in spring.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's huge.
Thank you.
Oh
and then
my
eventually
gosh.
go get a doctorate. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So, and that took time. I
Yeah.
had to like figure this out. Like, what do I want to do with my life? I'm like, okay, I guess I'll do this treatment thing,
Yeah.
know, and, how do I want to expand from that? But, like, I have so many opportunities now that, like, there's really no limits.
Yeah.
And we could do so much when we're sober, and we have
Yeah.
like a sober network in
Yeah.
us. And I'm, and when I left New Directions, I was like so scared to like leave the like New Directions bubble.
Yeah.
I got like a place. I think it was like a mile from you guys, like the main campus. It was no more a mile than
You
a mile
stayed
and a half.
close. You
I stayed there for
close.
10 and a half years.
You were in your safety bubble.
Yeah. And I was
Oh.
like, when I was presented with this opportunity to
Yeah.
buy something, I was like, but it was just so like, I needed that bubble for
Yeah.
such a long time.
Yeah.
So, and that's what like, and that's not to say that's going to be everyone's story, but to me, how I incorporate is that I felt so safe
Yeah.
in that bubble that I needed to have it be part of my life.
Yeah.
And I could drive by New Directions anytime and just pop in, and everyone is so welcoming,
Yeah.
And, over the time, I've popped in and out of the alumni meetings that you guys hold, and really engaged myself this past year in the alumni
You have.
thing that you guys have.
Yep.
And one of the grads from a couple of years ago, she really revamped the alumni program
Yeah.
and got me engaged. And she was like, so I dug my heels in. It's been great,
Yeah.
and to see like the structure of like the literal inside structure
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
program has changed.
Yeah.
That table is no longer there.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. That's not going to keep someone sober, but
But
so
it was
it's,
nice when we had
yeah,
it.
and it's changed and it's evolved over time. And, from what I'm hearing is that the clinical aspect has like stayed the same,
Yeah.
which is good.
Yeah.
Like you change the like formulas and you change the groups and stuff like that, but the dedication is still there,
Yeah.
and every time I walk into the dining room, it's always full.
Yeah.
There's always food on the table, which I like,
Yeah.
but, there's a lot more support in when someone leaves and like multiple follow-ups.
Yeah.
And you guys did that with me, but
Yeah.
now it's like we have alumni events that we're doing and getting them engaged. They've done an amazing job having the alumni program on Saturday and Thursday nights.
The
and
speaker
like
meetings and
Speaker meetings,
panels.
yeah, and like keeping everyone engaged.
Yep.
And when those aren't happening, Facebook alumni page is popping off, Instagram, like all
Yeah.
the socials are popping off,
Yeah.
just to keep everyone engaged.
Yep.
And I see a lot of the alumni, they're now friends, they live together, they hang
Yeah.
out, and we need that.
Yeah.
We need that in a community. And
It's its own community.
yeah,
Really. It's its
yeah,
own community.
everyone has the same goals, even if we came from different walks of life, we all have the same goal.
Yeah.
So there's no judgment there. We've all been through the first 3 days of New Directions, like what are we getting ourselves into?
Yeah.
And I hear, and what I do hear, which could be considered to be good or bad, is that of those who do need to come back to treatment, they go back to New Directions.
Yeah.
Because they feel safe and comfortable.
Yeah.
And, I'm happy to say, I've been sober since 2011. It's my one and only time getting sober, and I hope it remains that way.
Yeah.
But should things change, I have options, and New
Yeah.
Directions certainly is always one of them,
Yeah.
So, New Directions has been around. When I got sober, you guys were around for like 30 years.
Since
God.
1977.
Yeah.
Yeah. Over
So,
48 years.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and as far as I'm concerned, and working in the industry, if you don't hear about a facility it's a good thing.
Yep. Yep.
I don't hear about you guys
Yeah.
much in the media, which is good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and, and I had a call with a family a couple of years ago. They're like, what if I don't know what I'm doing, right? Like my family had the blessing that my cousin had gone to treatment, and she's like, I'll help you.
Yeah.
They had that one connection and link.
Yeah.
And they're like, what do you do when you go into it with a naked eye? I was like, do your research.
Yeah.
And it was that research that my cousin had done that ultimately got me guys to you guys. Yeah.
Oh.
And the one thing that I will always, always, always appreciate, even though I didn't at the time, was one of the admissions coordinators. Like, I told her, I'm like, I'm not coming here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna go figure this out myself. But they did a very good job of, you could do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You are well over the age of 18,
Yeah.
but historically speaking, this is what we've seen in the past. And they did a really good job of allowing me to make the final decision whether I was going to go to treatment or not.
Yeah.
That to me is what I needed.
Yeah.
Like and then you could drag me, you can chain me up and throw me across the country to
Yeah.
come to treatment, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stay.
Correct.
Like they had that really keen ability to talk to me
Yeah.
and to get to know me before trying to sell the program.
Yeah.
And that stood out to me.
Yeah.
And so what I tell these parents is that, like, I don't care if you come here, there, go to Joe and Charlie's AA Rising or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Like, go
Yeah.
wherever,
Yeah.
But do your research.
Yeah.
Talk to the clients, talk to the families, talk to the parents of alumni, current clients, alumni, and and the admin person presented that to me. I mean, I didn't take the opportunity, but but they presented that to me,
Yeah.
which to me showed they're not hiding anything.
Yeah.
She made herself very exposed.
Yeah.
And that, I liked that.
Yeah.
And ultimately it did come down to my decision. I
Yeah.
immediately regretted it, but before anything was done, like, a ticket was purchased and I was on the plane.
Yeah.
So, but that's the one thing I remember sitting on the curb outside my apartment in New York and talking to the admin coordinator. And she was just like, yeah, it's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't even know what we're talking about, but I
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah.
She honored your agency and your autonomy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
This is ultimately your decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she did a very good way of, like, navigating that for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.